Hello guys, welcome to benzblog. So today we're going to talk about which is common alarms which people are commonly misunderstand the features of their module, which is they're asking about what kind of alarm is one, what is the common causes of this alarm. So today I will talk to you about this old alarms which is from the deep sea, and for the oldest module they're asking also for this kind of alarm, and for the latest module what alarms they are shown for this type of module. So let's start, and I will open some pictures of this alarm so you can and I can also explain to you what is the causes of this alarm, why it is popping up to your module. So okay, so let's go. So okay, I will open here some pictures so you can identify what types of alarms it is shown to your module. So this one is typically alarms which is analog module, which is not much as the updated versions of your module, like the older one. So for example, if you seen this alarm, it is very common for you to understand first what kind of alarm which is popping up to your module. For example, this one. So here is this symbols is which is talking about this like a lamp, and there is some arrow down here. So this one is stated shutdown. Okay, so meaning this one I have the previous blog on this, so you can also relate on that, or you can check on my YouTube channel, so you can views all these alarms, what is the reasons why it is popping up and how we can solve this problem. So if you solve this problem, it's very simple. Just use your visual inspections, use the multimeter if in case that the sensor is faulty. Okay, why I said visual inspections? Because you have to check the oil level, the oil clarity, or if it is dirty or some already there is some particles inside. So this one is also causing for your shutting down of your generator. So next of alarms, so if you see this one, this is also warning, which is oil warning. So there is some precautions here that now before shutting down, this will be alarm first, oil warning shutdown. So before it will shut down, this one first, the warning, and then shut down. So next is, if you see this symbols in your module, means this one is the temperature. So if you see this one, we have the temperature here. So what are the common causes of this shutdown? So some of the status is this one is low level of your coolant, which is less, or some of the scenario also is the fan is not working, or the thermostat is not working. So there is a lot of causes of these alarms. Okay, so most common is it is dirty, what do you call this one, the radiator. There is some blockage of your radiator, which is you need to clean. You have to pressurize this one to remove the clean, so it can be what we call, if the fan is moving, so it can be easily remove the temperature. Okay, so next is you have to check also the sensor if this one is working correctly, so by using the multimeter, and again by using your eyes or your visual inspections about this type of alarm. Sometimes also some issues is like also the wiring connections is some loose, you have to check on that also. Sometimes you have to look on the module if it is and the proper connections, or and the correct connections. So that is the thing you have to check if in case that you have to encounter these types of alarm. Okay, so look this one. here is also same as oil pressure. So oil pressure means this one is dedicated for your sensor. So as I said, you need to check the sensor if it is working, and you need to check the level of your what we call the level of your oil, if it is in the correct level. Okay, so next of this is our battery. So if you see this symbol, you have the negative and positive. It look like the battery. It is common and it can easily identify which is what type of symbol is this. Okay, so it means battery. So if you see this one, this is like charging fail. So meaning this shows battery because where you can charge. So the battery is the one who receive for the charging point of your charger. So if in case that this is the alarm shows to your module, so meaning this one is charging fail. So meaning charging fail, either the battery is already dead, or the battery is defective, or the charging alternator itself is not providing the voltage, or it is not capable to charge your battery. So this is the two types of the scenarios you have to look on. So another type also, you have to check also the fuses, the wiring connections, if it is fitted properly, or the fuse is still at the correct functionality, or there's no busted, or there is no loose connections, because it can affect either of these abnormalities of your wiring. Okay, next of it is a symbol like this, like the rabbit. So meaning it is what we call the overspeed. So meaning overspeed, it is meaning to say that the engine is running at the higher speed. So you have to look on that. What is the causes of this one is I will give you some example, like you have the shock load, you have the overfueling, and you have the dirty fuel, you have the water in fuel. Sometimes it will cause some of these alarms, because it cannot be stabilize your running status of your engine because of this scenario. So you have to look the fuel if it is clean enough. You have to look your filter fuel if it is clean. You have to look the governor if you have the speed controller, if it is in the proper calibrations. So how you fix on that? So you have to run the generator, observe what is really is going on, and then if this one have the speed controller, or you have the ECM, so you have to look what is the calibrations needed for that. So you have to adjust the necessary speed accordance with the speed that you needed, like the 1800 or 1500 RPM. Okay, so next of that is this turtle. So meaning this one is underspeed. Underspeed is what is the causes of the underspeed. Sometimes overload, sometimes same as less fuel, sometimes this one is dirty filter. There is a lot of scenarios which is we cannot easily identify what is going on to our generator. Sometimes we have to look the configurations, we have to look a lot of things you have to look on in this type of alarms. But first you have to check if you are encountering this under speed, is you have to look your filter, your fuel, and the load. Maybe you are overloading the engine, that's why it is dropping down the speed, or maybe there is some fuel blockage, that's why he cannot run properly. Or you have to check your injector, injection pump. You have to open that if there is some failure for your injector, 1 2 3 4, how many injectors that you have. you have to check on that, open it one by one, so you can easily identify which is really the problem. So next is our symbol like this is fail to start. A lot of people's asking me what type of symbol is this one. They cannot identify what type of the symbols are this. So this one is fail to start. So fail to start meaning you try to start your generator and it is just only cranking. There is some three starting point of your generator, which is first crank, second, and third. So after that, it will tell you fail to start because it will not run the generator. It's just only cranking. So after the 3 times attempt, it will tell you fail to start. So meaning it cannot able to run the generator. So what is the causes of that? Again, fuel blockage, air and the fuel line, failure of your injector, or either this one is water and fuel. So you have to look on that. You have to check one by one what is necessary for your troubleshooting is easiest for you to achieve and fix the problem. So this is the things you have to look on if you have this fail to start, because if in case that the battery is low, it will not crank. It's just only like krrr, you know, the sound like only like that. So I think that is enough for the fail to start. So we have to look on the other symbols here. If you see here, we have some hands and have the push button. So this one is emergency stop. If you see these alarms popping up to your module, so meaning this one is emergency stop alarm. So either somebody push the emergency stop button, or sometimes it is the wiring connections is loose, or this one is faulty contact inside of your NC, or normally open, or whatever the contact you are using for this emergency stop. You have to check the contact inside if it is working or if it is defective. And also you have to look on the configurations on that, if is correct set points that you are do the configurations on, because sometimes if you mistaken, it will pop up the emergency stop even if it is not push, or even if it is wiring connected properly, or even if the contact is correct. You have to look also the configurations. So these are the things you have to look on that if you are going to troubleshoot this kind of problem. First, the wiring. Second is the contact, if it is working, and the configurations, or if it is correct. You have also to try to push and release that one if it is working properly. So next is our symbol like this. If you see in the module like this symbol lightning, so this one is electrical trip. What is the causes of electrical trip? This one is like you have swords voltage on your wiring, some of the overloading, some is over current. These are the causes of your electrical trip. So means this one is in case of your current or kilowatt. This one is only trip if it is over. Okay, so or else there is some leakage of your voltage from your wiring. So it is also causing for the trip points of your breaker. So you have to look on that. What is the configurations you are put for the electrical trip, or what type of breaker you're using. So you have to identify and rely the manual of what type of breaker you are using. So next here is this symbol is like E, and then you have the arrow up. So meaning this one is high current warning. Okay, so high current warning, it depends on your configurations, either shutdown or whatever you are going to do it. So if you are encountering of this symbol, so meaning this one is high current warning, so it's not yet shut down, it's just give you some warnings that it is raising up to the level of your current, which is coming to shut down. So it is coming to exceed from your parameter, or for your full load current for your generator. Okay, so next here is our voltage. So you have, see, AC voltage and have the arrow, so meaning this one is over voltage AC. So what is the causes of your over voltage? Over voltage, either sometimes in the configuration, sometimes if the wirings, for example, sometimes is load also, sometimes is the AVR. Okay, so how did you fix that one? Of course, you have to look on the configurations. If it is in the correct configurations, you have to look the voltage output using the multimeter. If it is same amount of the voltage, which is same as your configurations, for example, your nominal configurations is 400, so it should be your output voltage of your generator is 400. And of course, you have to look on that if your generator wiring is 3-phase 4-wire, and your configuration also should be 3-phase 4-wire. So because if your configurations is single phase and your wiring is your voltage, I mean, is 3-phase, so it can affect the voltage reading of your module. So sometimes it will cause over voltage, under voltage, because of your wrong configurations. Okay, so you have to look on that. It should be matched from your configurations and your voltage output. Okay, so next is our under voltage, almost same with the over voltage. You have to look your configurations, you have to look your wiring connections of the alternator, if it is correct from your configurations and from your voltage parameters output. Okay, so we have here another pictures I'm going to show you, so just wait for a while. So this one is the DC voltage. So if you see V and you have the symbol like the dot and this symbol have the arrow up, so meaning this one is over voltage DC. So what is the causes for that one? So you have to look on your charging alternator if it is the voltage is correct, or for example, you replace the charging alternator, what type of battery you are using. So it's supposed to be, you have to look on the battery and the charging alternator's voltage output. So if you are installing for that, so you have to rely what types of battery you are going to charge. For example, you have 12 volts, so supposed to be you have to install also the charging alternator, which is the voltage is correctly output like 12 volts to 13 volts maximum in order to charge your battery. You cannot install the 12 volt charging alternator which is your battery is 24 volts. It will not match and it will not charge. It will just damage your charging alternator or either the battery. Okay, you have to rely on what types of battery you're using, either 12 volts or 24 volts, and what types of charging alternator you're going to install. It should be matched to your battery and your voltage output for your charging alternator. So next is under voltage, DC under voltage. So if you see the symbol and arrow down, so meaning this one is under voltage. Under voltage is commonly pop up to your module if in case that the voltage of your battery is low or the charging points of your alternator is low, it cannot charge. So it is pop up under voltage DC. Okay, what is the causes for this one? Sometimes loose connections, sometimes the charging alternator itself is not charging, and the battery is filling up to give you the correct battery output. So next is if you see some symbol like this, is like arrow. So this one is auxiliary indications. So what type of that? So this one is from your alternator or from your AVR auxiliary connections. Maybe either mistakenly connected or lost connections. Okay, this one is auxiliary alarm shutdown. So meaning if you see this symbol, this is the alarms. So this symbols is AC, so meaning this one is voltage output AC. So this symbols is coming here is DC, and this symbols is pop up here is for stop and reset, and this one's hand is for your manual, and this one is KPE or bar, that is the pressure unit of your oil and the rest of your functions of the generator. Okay, so let's look on here. So here also I can show you on the other side. This one is also popping up to your module. This one is line to line. If you see this one, line to line, line to neutral, these are the voltage output. So line to neutral, line to neutral, line to neutral. So this one bar is the pressure. If you see this one is the hertz, easy, or this one is degree Fahrenheit, and this one is PSI. This one is also the temperature. I mean, this one is temperature for the Fahrenheit, and this one is for the degree Celsius. Okay, this one is for the speed for the RPM, and this one is the line. So this one is very basic if you have to look to your module. So if you are an knowledgeable persons or an electrical person, it is a very basic, this alarms or the parameters pop up to your module. So this type of modules alarms is for the analog module. So let's come up to the digital module. So around here is our adjustable parameters, and this one is also adjustable parameters because this is also the alarms which is pop up to your module if in case that there is some problem. So this one is not the analog module, this one is the latest module, which is the digital module already. Okay, there is no symbol at all, but it is written. Whatever written here, this one is the one who pop ups to your module, so you can easily identify what is really the problem. That is not the symbol, but it is written. Okay, for example, like oil pressure shutdown, so that is the alarms pop up exactly to your module, so you can easily identify for these latest versions of the module. It's not difficulties for you to misidentify what is the problem, so it's easy. So these are also the adjustable parameters. For example, like the oil pressure, so what is the shutdown you're going to set for your generator? So you know, if you are doing the configurations, what is your standard set points from the company you are working, you have to apply on that, because we have different engine, different type of shutdowns we are going to implement on that. Okay, so you have to rely on what the standard you're using to this company, so it is not difficult for you to understand what is the problem. Okay, so that is very basic for you for this type of alarm. So I don't want to go more further beyond this alarms, because in the digital one it is written there, so it is not hardly to understand this problem. So for example, if you have some problem and you are cannot understand this type of alarm, so you can also comment down to our YT. You can do the pictures and send to me, so I can also reply to you. So if in case that you need some help, just message me or just comment down to our group chat, so I can also help you to troubleshoot the problem. So I think we're done for the basic common alarms and how to troubleshoot it. So once again, benzblogs is here. see you again in my next vlog. But don't forget to like and share to our vlogs today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.